Hello everyone. So welcome to this session and let's have a quick walkthrough to the IPMAT Indore cutoff and final selection procedure. If we look at the paper pattern of IPMAT Indore 2022 and 2023, they were ditto same. There are 3 sections. Each section was for 40 minutes. The first section was QA short answer, followed by QA MCQ, followed by VA, that is verbal ability. In QA short answer, there were 15 questions, in MCQ there were 30 questions, and in verbal ability there were 45 questions. Each question carries 4 marks. Short answer section, QA short answer section does not have negative marking. The QA MCQ and verbal ability section does have a negative marking of -1. Now if you look at the cutoff for 2022 QA short answer section, it was 20 marks, and that in 2023 it was 12 marks. The section QA short answer section for 2023, we can see that from the cutoff was slightly on a difficult side. Rather, I would say that the section was slightly on a trickier side. Though it was not difficult, there were 2-3 questions which were more tricky as compared to that in 2022. If you look at QA MCQ and for 2022 and 2023, more or less the paper level of difficulty was more or less same. The cutoff slightly went down. That's mainly because the short answer section was slightly difficult and tricky. The student panicked in the next section, and because of which the cutoff went down by 1 odd question. That's 4 marks, right? And the verbal ability section in 2023, that turned out to be very easy as compared to last couple of years, and hence the cutoff went up from 112 marks in 2022 to 125 marks in 2023. So this was the paper pattern and the sectional cutoff for each section. So remember that you need to clear all 3 sections for IPMAT Indore paper. Now, is it sufficient to clear the sectional cutoff for a PI call? Absolutely yes. You can get a PI call if you have just cleared the required cutoff. But the very important question, is it sufficient to get a final selection? I would not say a blanket no, but then the probability decreases. The probability is very less. The reason being, for the final selection, the 65% weightage is given to the aptitude test score, that is an ATS score, and it is not straight away the cumulative of QA short answer, QA MCQ and VA. It's a complex formula, it's a separate formula. We will prepare a separate video on that to make you understand what is ATS. So coming back to the final selection, 65% weightage is to ATS and 35% weightage is given to the personal interview. Now as you can see, if a student who have scored, let's say 240 marks versus a student who have scored 200 marks, there's a gap of 40 marks there. Let's say the ATS score are 240 and 200. The 40 mark, now if you calculate the 65% of that 40, there's a gap of 26 marks. Now it becomes very difficult, or I would rather say very challenging, to cover that gap of 26 marks in the personal interview round, and hence it's always suggested, always advisable to score as high as you can. We have seen students scoring as high as 240 and 250 also, when if you look at the addition of sectional cutoff, that is barely going to 190, 195 somewhere, and student have scored 50-60 marks more than the addition of all the 3 sectional cutoff. So you need to keep in mind that you should definitely have one of your strength area. Either it could be both the con section or it could be verbal ability section. Try to maximize in that section in your favorite area and try to clear the cutoff in the other area, or you may be moderately good in all the section and try to score slightly more than the sectional cutoff. You should be doing well to clear the final interview stage, provided you do not goof up in your personal interview round. So that's it from my end. All the best for your preparation. Happy learning, and if you want any help, you can download the IMS brochure. You can enroll for the IMS zero fee program. Basically, that will give you 1 week free access to the courseware that's been provided by IMS. And if you are interested in knowing the batch detail, the online batch detail, you can scan the QR code and get the detail. Thank you once again.